Indonesia is the second largest producer of mismanaged plastics in the world. Plastic debris threatens fisheries, food security, and tourism, key sectors of the Indonesian economy that depend on a healthy ocean. USAID is providing grants to organizations in Indonesia pursuing innovative, locally led solutions, because the best way to address the flow of plastic into the ocean is to stop it at the source. Divers Clean Action is a youth-led Indonesian nonprofit organization that is improving waste management and plastics recycling in Kepulauan Seribu, a group of small islands just north of Jakarta.
So Diverse Clean Action focus its projects on small islands area and also coastal area. Why? Because those areas sometimes get neglected or it's too hard to manage because the transportation issue on transporting the waste itself is kind of more expensive than if we are trying to handling the waste management on the mainland area.
First, Divers Clean Action started to study the problem by collecting waste they found under the water. Then, they conducted waste characterization surveys during beach cleanups to identify what is the source of the problem. Where is this plastic waste coming from?
So the number of plastic waste that we found on under the water or coastal area for the past 2 years is actually 63% out of it is a single-use plastic waste. It's consisting from plastic sachets, plastic bags, plastic straws, and plastic bottles. All of those are plastic that only single use. So it's pretty frustrating when you hear the numbers because now you know like why is there a plastic waste specific kind of 63% of it is single-use plastic found in the beach or in the underwater. It's because it's not be recycled yet in Indonesia.
USAID encourages its local partners to work closely with the local government and the private sector in creating sustainable change. Divers Clean Action understands that the private sector has an important role to play in creating markets for recycled plastic, and in doing so, creating local jobs.
Diverse Clean Action knows that we cannot work alone. Other than the local community itself, we believe we need to collaborate with the government and also the private sectors. One of them is we're working together with one of the biggest water bottle companies in Indonesia, which is Danone Aqua, to help us on subsidizing and invest more on developing the waste management system of small islands.
Danone Aqua supports efforts by Divers Clean Action to increase recycling by guaranteeing the purchase price of recycled plastic collected from these islands. The partnership has also led to the development of Bottle to Fashion, a project that works in collaboration with H&M to help turn mismanaged plastic water bottles into recycled polyester. This recycled material is then used to create H&M products that promote a cleaner and greener method of recycling for Indonesia.
We create this project and to produce the recycled polyester locally in Indonesia. Of course, to help to tackle the issue, we want to be part of the solution, and we know that in order to achieve that, we need to collaborate with a lot of other organizations. And recycled polyester is the second biggest material that we use in fashion industry, right? So the demand for that is getting bigger and bigger. And that's why without a strong backbone in terms of waste recovery, we will not be able to achieve that. That is the main role that we see very important from DCA.
But it's not just big name brand companies that are involved. With USAID support, Divers Clean Action is expanding recycling services in island communities by connecting informal waste collectors with recycling companies. Informal waste collectors are an important but often neglected part of the circular model for recycling plastic waste.
For sustainable changes that we made, other than reducing the amount of single-use plastic waste, is actually making sure that the waste management system on an island is working really well. Because out of our data, like at the beginning of our program, we see that the recycling capacity of an island is, for example, only 20%. So the other 80% that can be recycled actually is getting mismanaged, like going to the oceans, or it's being burned, or it's being dumped on the beach area. from 20%, we can increase it up to 50% on just 1 year. So we believe that through making this integrated waste management system through circular economy, it's making the sustainable solutions for the recycling industry on the island itself.
Through the support of USAID and strong private sector partnerships, Divers Clean Action is building cleaner small islands and cleaner seas in Indonesia, a locally led solution for Indonesia in its journey to self-reliance.